A lot of people don't realize that they're using the recent carbs they just ate to fuel their workout instead of using your fat storage, which is why I also recommend to work out when you're fasted.
Take control of your health.
Take control of your life.
With
the leaders.
What you call an icon living? Start a record label, Misfits just did it. Whoa. Nylon for 5 minutes. Whoa, we up too hot in the business. Whoa. About to make a movie independent. Whoa.
Be iconic and subscribe on YouTube.
About to make a movie independent. Whoa. Need new trucks independent. Whoa. I need you to listen to the vision. Whoa. All your verses sound like dirty dishes.
What's going on, my leaders? Back again with the health tips coming at you. And if you guys haven't done so already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We really appreciate that, and we want to keep giving you great info for your health so you can live as long as you want to live and live the best way possible. Today, our first topic is going to be intermittent fasting, and we're going to talk about the beginner's guide to intermittent fasting. But before we get onto that topic, we are not doctors, so we want to let you know that if you feel uncomfortable, please consult with your doctor or physician. But we do get our info from the top doctors in the world, the top anti-aging doctors, the health coaches of the world, and we do implement all these things into our life, and I would never give you anything that I don't do myself.
Intermittent fasting is something that we've been practicing for 3+ years. So this is something that we're very familiar with, and we actually recommend to almost all of our clients. If you're pregnant, or you've had an eating disorder in the past, or an injury and you've just come out of the hospital, please check with your practitioner. There are different variations of intermittent fasting. There's fasts that last for 24 hours, 72 hours, there's water fasts, juice fasts, but we're gonna talk about the 16:8 ratio. So this is when you're fasting for 16 hours each day and eating during an 8-hour time frame. Now for beginners, we really suggest that you start at a smaller time frame. I started with 12 hours and slowly worked my way up. You could try to increase that 1 hour every day until you get to fasting for 16 hours, and then again, you're open to that 8-hour time frame of where you're eating.
Why you want to do this? The less you eat or the less times you eat, the lower your insulin is, the lower your blood sugar is, and it also gives your body internally more time to heal.
So before we go on to explain in more detail the benefits of intermittent fasting, we want to explain that while you fast, you are not starving yourself. If you feel hungry, please listen to your body and eat. But you will have to learn more about yourself to be able to tell when you're actually hungry and when you are not. So again, your goal is to work up to not eating for 16 hours every day and then only eating within that 8-hour time frame. We suggest that you skip breakfast. You don't want to start your day with a huge insulin spike. You actually want to run the first few hours or even half of your day within that fast. So let's start with some of the benefits of intermittent fasting. And we're gonna start with the spike of human growth hormones.
HGH! Now you may think of human growth hormone or HGH in relation to steroids or people taking steroids, and the reason why they do this for increased muscle mass, skeletal mass, and for anti-aging or just feeling younger or more youthful. But your body naturally produces this, and how to secrete that is very key.
That spike begins to happen at the 12-hour mark. Those human growth hormones will start to repair your brain, the tissue in your organs, your muscles. It'll help increase the mass of your bones and again, your muscles. It's also gonna help your skin, your nails, your hair.
The next and most powerful, to me, benefit you're gonna get is all cognition based. When you're not eating as frequently, Your body doesn't have hormones breaking down food or taking away energy breaking down food, and you're able to focus on the task at hand much more clearly, and that helps so much for super learning, and it also helps your brain. We get new brain neurons called BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, and our cells in our brain fire faster and faster and sharper because there's less interference. One of the things that got me hooked onto fasting was actually in 2016, a Japanese cell biologist named Yoshinori Oshumi, hopefully I'm saying that right, but that's how it's said, discovered this thing called autophagy, which is the recycling of damaged or viral protein cells. Now we have protein cells all around our body, and autophagy is actually eating itself. So you're basically recycling the cells that you make that become damaged, and doing this by fasting is the fastest way to reap those benefits, because we want to heal our body naturally without medicine or exogenously, which means taking something that your body normally wouldn't produce, which leads us right into the next topic of inflammation. Now, inflammation doesn't have to just be body fat, it could also be in the brain, and this is related to Alzheimer's because the things aren't connecting as fast and as sharp, and these things that get stuck in your brain are called amyloid plaque. Amyloid plaque tends to build up hard and sticky surfaces in your brain that don't allow cell-to-cell interaction as fast, as frequently, and your memory starts to go.
The next major benefit that IF influences is fat loss. And this is because you switch from sugar burning into fat burning. Now this may only happen if you actually decrease that sugar and carb intake. And IF definitely influences that by shortening your window of when you can actually eat. So you're much more focused on what you're consuming. A lot of people don't realize that they're using the recent carbs they just ate to fuel their workout instead of using your fat storage, which is why I also recommend to work out when you're fasted, if that feels good for you and you're still able to perform well. This way, again, you're using your fat storage and you're able to decrease your body fat. Body fat is stored energy that we haven't used efficiently. And that is one of the major benefits, again, of IF. We are learning to use our body way more efficiently than how we already are and what society has taught us.
Decreasing your sugar intake decreases how high your insulin spikes, and comprising those meals into less meals decreases how many times your insulin does spike, which are both correlated to anti-aging and living longer. The more times our insulin spikes, the more work our body does, and our body wants to be very efficient. So taking in those meals efficiently with less insulin spikes does that tenfold.
This leads us right into what you should be eating during your fast. Now again, we suggest that you start with a shorter time frame. So maybe only try 12 hours if you're a complete beginner. Stop eating at 8 p.m. at night and then try to start eating again at 8 a.m. the next day. And you could increase this 1 hour every day. Now during that fasting period, it is completely acceptable to drink green tea, black coffee, and plenty of water to stay hydrated. We even suggest that you add a little bit of salt into your water so that you're getting lots of minerals to actually keep you hydrated.
Also, what you put into your body first matters. You want to stick with, I personally like juices that are low in sugar. So a green juice is something that we have every day, or a salad, or bone broth is also something great. You want to keep your sugar down because now we want to work on inflammation. And inflammation happens when we have too much sugar in our body. So really start to increase your fats, healthy fats like avocado, olive oil, coconut oil. That's something that's going to help you stay a little more satisfied and a little less hungry for tomorrow. We want that blood sugar to be down nice and low, and insulin low, and that makes it easier for the next day so you're not too hungry.
Now you can eat fruit, and I know a lot of people love it, but again, you do have to be mindful of that sugar content. Fruit has a lot of sugar in it, so we suggest that you stick with berries or kiwi or anything else that has a lower sugar content, again, because you don't want to start with a large insulin spike.
Now within that 12-hour span that you're eating, you're probably eating a little less food because you're not snacking as you normally would. So it's really important to get as much food as you need. So this is also a good teaching point to see what your body really needs as far as fuel, and you want to be very efficient. I know for myself, I'm working out 1-2 times a day, and I'm also eating very clean and healthy. So I need a lot of nutrients in a comprised time period, and I really listen to my body on how I feel, how my performance is, how my sleeping is. And I'm really monitoring a lot of different things as I'm going through this.
Everybody is in a different situation, so you're going to have to decide what is best for you. Some people are trying to lose weight, other people are only going to do this for the health benefits, and it also depends upon what you're currently eating. Because if you're skipping breakfast, you're easily decreasing your caloric intake from 20 to 40%. Now for someone like me, that's not good. I need to make sure that I'm refueling on those calories that I lost from my breakfast in my lunch and dinner now. But if you're someone who's eating way too excessively and is overweight and you're looking to lose weight, maybe you just need to cut that breakfast completely out. But also maybe you have to be more mindful and increase your protein that you lost from your breakfast, or your healthy fats again, or your vegetables, your fiber, whatever it is. You have to make sure that you're still eating the amount of calories that you need to perform and that will get you to your goal.
I used to eat every 2-3 hours. I'd wake up in the middle of the night, have a protein shake. So I've done all the different types of feeding and different types of nutritional advice. And this is something that I know helps me a ton. Not just for my performance, which I monitor, but for my inflammation, for my cognitive benefits. And you have to pick what works best for you. Not every diet is great for everybody, but I know this for me has helped me a ton.
And the same goes with me. I've been following an ethically vegan lifestyle for 5+ years. And I started including intermittent fasting in my diet 3 years ago. Now there were some ups and downs for me, but again, you have to reflect on what's happening within your body. There have been times where I felt less energy, but it was because I wasn't getting the amount of nutrients I needed within that window. So I had to sit down, reflect upon what I was eating, and work in other ways to get those calories. I need to eat based upon, again, what my body needs, what makes me feel strong and healthy. I'm also training pretty much 7 days a week, whether that's heavy lifting, yoga, running outside. We're always active. So you have to eat for your body's functionality. You should never feel starving. You should never feel weak. You should not have brain fog. So this is also a good opportunity to talk about supplements. You could also supplement within that window of the 8 hours. Please continue to take the vitamins you need and whatever else you need to take to keep you feeling 100%.
Yeah guys, stay with it, keep learning, keep implementing new nutritional habits, and thank you for tuning in.
Let us know if you have any questions. Please like and subscribe. We love hearing from everybody. Have a great day.
Thanks guys.
Bye.